demand change has been philosophically eliminated before they could speak. Now look at the conceptual blur he
I've been
creates.
saying this shit.
Accept reality. Which reality?
People just want to take credit for acting like they taught me this shit, so they needed me to fucking believe it.
Change,
that's why I'm walking the fuck away. Y'all are fucking dumb as shit.
Only persist because people accept them. What never specifies.
You don't even know yourself.
Is functional. If you can't distinguish between gravity and economic exploitation, both become equally real and equally deserving of acceptance.
Right.
Resistance to either becomes resistance to what is. Go with the flow. Which flow? Is it natural processes?
Go with our flow so that you listen to us and you do what we say so that we can market you a certain way. Get the fuck out of my face. Get good at making shit.
While removing your ability to ask whether the
I'm gonna go write sci-fi.
Serves you or extracts from you.
Fucking whack.
You're already free. Free from what? If you're
exactly
in an abusive relationship,
I used to say that
trapped in work.
I used to say that same shit. Some fucking loser, some absolute loser where I don't want to wish a bell tolling on anyone, but if that's the case, they fucking deserve what they get. You get what you fucking deserve. They would say shit like that to me, like the fucking cope trolling, like, oh, well, you're this, you're depressed, you're this, I feel bad for you. Like, for what? What are you talking about? You're the one who sits at home, drinks, and grows bitch tits by the fucking hour with every fucking IPA that you drink. Don't project your shit onto me. I don't give a fuck about how you cope. I don't give a shit. All I see is that you're weak and that you're trying to spread your disease to me. That's it. That's all that shit is. It's a let them eat cake. Oh, just send them Alan Watts. Just send them Alan Watts or Carl Young. They'll figure it out. Even though we fucked up royally because you thought you could control somebody. That's all that shit is. Let them eat cake type shit. You're a fucking woman.
This statement performs
a teenage girl at that.
Of freedom itself. Freedom gets redefined as an internal state independent of material conditions. Once you accept that framing, you
I can never love something like that.
Of understanding freedom is
disgusts
the actual
me.
Capacity to change your circumstances. This is where the
trying to find a loophole to get a woman while acting like a fucking teenage woman, like acting like the very thing they disrespect and hate in the first place. Why the fuck would I ever love something like that? You disgust me. I want a man. I want a man, not you.
To the system. It creates a comfort zone for people intelligent enough to see the absurdity, but not ready to face
you get what you fucking
material
deserve.
Consequences of leaving.
You deserve the cheating woman.
You work a bullshit job, you're drowning.
You deserve that shit. That's what you are.
You can feel the wrongness of it. Watts offers you a way to resolve that cognitive dissonance without changing anything. Good. Your participation in the absurd becomes conscious play, cosmic dance, expression of the Tao. The dissonance disappears. The system keeps extracting. You get to feel spiritually advanced while remaining functionally compliant.
Armchair psychology.
Here's what this looks like in practice.
Packaged perfectly for the internet.
Their work
and someone who doesn't want to actually do work and hasn't actually lost anything other than mommy. They don't want to actually do the work. They want to sit on their couch, play Binding of Isaac, and grow a big fat pair of bitch tits and gut. You fucking disgust me.
Soul destroying. They're right.
While spouting bullshit.
What confirms it? Yes, you're chasing symbols, treating the map as territory, alienated from authentic being. But then what? Just be present. Recognize the illusion. You're already whole. The structural analysis gets
not a man.
Redirected
it's not
into
a man.
personal spiritual
Sorry,
practice.
It's a woman.
Your exhaustion becomes...
You might as well mail me a fucking crystal, an amethyst or some shit.
Your anger becomes you're attached. Your desire for actual change becomes failure to understand that change and stasis are both illusions of the separate self. And here's where the political neutralization happens. Anger, resistance, demands, collective action, all of these require a subject who acts. Someone who can say, this is wrong and mean both that something specific is occurring and that they specifically oppose it. Watts' philosophy doesn't just discourage these responses, it eliminates the agent who could perform them. You can't organize resistance if everyone involved has been convinced they don't exist as discrete agents capable of intentional action. The rage you feel at injustice isn't a valid response to objective conditions. It's spiritual immaturity. You haven't dissolved the illusion of self enough to see that the exploiter
And they'll tell you you're the immature
and
one just because they're not getting what they want. That's how fucking stupid they are. Just walk away from that
taking
shit.
sides in that process means you're still trapped in dualistic thinking. This isn't therapeutic advice. This is the assassination of political agency disguised as enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
The philosophy systematically removes tools for distinguishing natural structure from parasitic overlay. Some boundaries enforce control, others protect from intrusion. A cell membrane isn't ego, it's functional architecture determining what enters and what gets rejected. But without the conceptual apparatus to tell protective boundaries from restrictive ones,
that's another thing they do. They're like, I have to put boundaries up. Meanwhile, like, you look at their Twitter history and all they do is shit on women. And then they'll ask you to, like, send nudes, which is, like, a breach of your own boundaries. So it has nothing to do with protecting themselves. All it has to do with control. Because they're fucking control freaks. Who's like, oh, I found something good. Oh, fuck, what do I do? How do I not lose this? How about just be yourself? Show me who you really are. I'll choose whether or not I accept you or not. You don't get to choose what you get to keep and have. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. Now, if you're a piece of shit and you know what's really attractive? You know what I find very attractive? Is when you're like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit, but I'm trying to be better. And you actually actively do that instead of hiding, lying, and trying to manipulate the situation for control. That shit makes me walk right the fuck out the door. And I don't give a fuck about you, period. I'll walk right the fuck on and leave your ass. Don't give a shit. But I got with someone who was at their lowest, and they actively admitted what the fuck was wrong with them, and they knew who they were, and they knew what they had to change, and it was a fucking slog to get them where they are now, but they got there. That's more admirable than the dude who thinks he's so fucking smart that he can just stay fat on the couch drinking IPAs, wallowing in his own bullshit, and fucking trying to manipulate a girl to get him to like him. You get what you fucking deserve. That's why you get cheated on. That's why women don't respect you, because you're a piece of shit.
Watts' prescription becomes
leave me the fuck alone. I will never love you. I'm incapable of loving you. Something like that. A creature like that.
You end up removing the functional structure that would let you operate as an effective autonomous subject. A cell without a membrane isn't free. It's just a dispersing puddle of cytoplasm being digested by its environment.
Right.
The abstraction serves a specific purpose. Concrete analysis of how families program, how school embed false goals, how media shapes desire, would give you actionable information. You'd see where the intervention points are.
My nose is dry.
What keeps everything at the level of unity and flow and cosmic play? Why? Because analysis of specific mechanisms lets you target specific removals. When everything dissolves into all is one, you lose the precision.
I will age into the abyss and wither and die before I settle for an absolute fucking retard.
Buddhist and Taoist frameworks were attempts of seeing programming and extracting from it.
Feel cute
Pattern recognition tools for identifying where consciousness gets hijacked by false constructs. Watts transformed them into accept the programming and call it your choice. The critical edge that made
because if you call it your choice, then you're the sum of your own choices, and people don't have to own up for being a piece of shit to you in the first place. That's why they need that.
Marketable to educated middle class
Stay the fuck away from me.
Who want to feel profound without risking anything. This is the actual function of the philosophy, not failed liberation, successful anesthesia. You stop feeling the pain of the system, but the system continues extracting.
I'm gonna go hang out with
You
my
get
actual
told
friends
the
now. Is that
cage
cool?
illusion, the bars are
Why don't you go
projections of
hang out with
ego,
yours
the
and get somebody
desire
else to blow
leave
their
is
fucking brains out
attachment.
mid-party?
There's something more insidious than being told the cage isn't real. You're being told that there's nowhere else to be. Here and there are at the same location because all points in space-time are equally now, equally here, equally expressions of the unified field. The possibility of a different condition gets erased at the conceptual level. You're already where you're trying to get to. You've already arrived. The journey is the destination. These aren't poetic expressions of insight. They are logical traps that make the concept of alternative conditions incoherent. If attempting to move toward better circumstances is itself the error, then any effort to leave becomes proof you haven't understood. The cage doesn't need locks when the prisoner has been convinced that inside and outside
You
are
can't
the
tell
same
me nothing,
place.
bitch.
The parasite doesn't need to stop you from seeing the cage. It just needs
You walk into
to give
someone's
you a
house and see them
framework
sitting there
for
in the same
seeing
spot you
the
left
cage
them,
and
fat as
staying
shit,
in it.
drinking beer.
Both feel
Why the
like
fuck would you
light.
listen to that in the first place?
That's what's provided.
Believe what you see,
Not
guys. Don't
that
let people try to, like,
a reticulated cell with
argue
a
some fucking way you
philosophical
should be
explanation
thinking.
for